dear listeners, to the culmination of a legendary saga, the final chapter in the epic tale of King Arthur and his realm, the one you've all been waiting for. Nestle under your cozy blankets, for tonight we unveil the Fall of Camelot, the concluding episode of the illustrious King Arthur series. As the gentle pitter-patter of rain graces the window panes and the soft melodies of tranquil music embrace the night, let us journey together into the bittersweet annals of a kingdom once bathed in splendor. Prepare your hearts for a story that explores the boundless heights of hope, the depths of betrayal, and the enduring spirit of a fallen Camelot. Rest your weary eyes and let the soothing whispers of this ASMR storytelling guide you through the tale. A lullaby for the soul and a farewell to a realm now veiled in the mists of time. In a land where chivalry reigned supreme and honor was a knight's vow, Camelot stood tall and proud. King Arthur, a beacon of hope and justice, sat upon the throne, surrounded by his loyal knights of the Round Table. The kingdom flourished. Prosperity and unity painted the realm in vibrant hues. Songs of valor and tales of love echoed through the halls of the grand castle, and the future seemed destined for glory. Yet, beneath the surface of prosperity, shadows lurked, and whispers of a looming storm filled the air. The harmony that once bound the knights began to crack, like fragile glass under the weight of hidden ambitions and festering grievances. Mordred, Arthur's own blood, seethed with resentment, nursing his thirst for power and revenge. His deceitful grin and calculating eyes betrayed the brewing tempest that threatened to shatter the peace that Camelot had so long enjoyed. The land held its breath, for even in the face of Camelot's dazzling glory, a sense of foreboding lingered, a premonition that the sunlit days of peace might soon be engulfed by the shadows of fate. As the seasons waned, discontent began to taint the once unbreakable bonds among the knights of Camelot. The kingdom, while prosperous, was not devoid of societal strife. Murmurs of unequal treatment and favoritism trickled through the ranks of knights and common folk alike. The growing gap between the privileged and the disadvantaged sowed seeds of discord, threatening the very fabric of the kingdom's unity. Within the hallowed chambers of the Round Table, once a symbol of camaraderie and purpose, fractures emerged. Conflicting aspirations and differing ideologies led to subtle rifts among the knights. Disagreements on matters of governance, the distribution of resources, and the interpretation of chivalry gnawed at the core of their fellowship. The unified front they once presented to the world began to splinter, exposing the vulnerability that came with internal divisions. King Arthur, a wise and just ruler, felt the weight of his crown like never before. struggling to mediate the growing conflicts, he found himself torn between the ideals of unity and the reality of individual desires. His heart yearned to preserve the brotherhood he had fought so hard to build. Yet the mounting pressures threatened to engulf him. Desperate to maintain order and harmony, Arthur sought counsel from trusted advisors, hoping to find a way to mend the cracks in the foundation of Camelot. But time was running out, and the shadows of discord loomed ever larger on the horizon. Amidst the gathering storm, a figure schemed in the shadows. Mordred, King Arthur's nephew and son of the ill-fated Morgana, harbored a venomous heart. Fueled by a thirst for power and consumed by resentment, his intentions festered like a venomous wound. He bore a visage of charm and eloquence, hiding his malevolent motives behind a facade of congeniality and false loyalty. Mordred's devious machinations took form, aimed at destabilizing Camelot. He clandestinely garnered support from discontented knights, exploiting their grievances and fostering dissent within their ranks. Whispering promises of a new order, he won over those disillusioned by the current state of affairs, gradually building a clandestine alliance to challenge the very foundation of Arthur's reign. Utilizing his cunning, Mordred worked to tarnish King Arthur's image, employing misinformation and sowing doubt amongst the populace. Rumors of Arthur's alleged favoritism and incompetence were carefully spread, creating a chasm between the people and their once beloved king. Mordred's mastery of manipulation was evident as he played on the fears and insecurities of key individuals, leaving doubt in their minds about Arthur's leadership and the righteousness of the Round Table. Underneath the veneer of unity and honor, Mordred orchestrated a web of deception, turning friends against friends and sowing discord where harmony once prevailed. He twisted loyalties and whispered poison into the ears of those once bound by a shared sense of duty, paving the way for the tragic downfall of Camelot. The fate of the kingdom now precariously balanced on the edge of betrayal and deceit. As tensions escalated and Mordred's deceitful plot neared its crescendo, the stage was set for a climactic battle that would forever scar the lands of Camelot. Dark clouds loomed ominously in the sky, reflecting the turmoil that gripped the hearts of the kingdom's inhabitants. The air crackled with an electric charge, foreshadowing the impending clash of ideals and swords. In the heart of the once idyllic kingdom, a battlefield emerged, a grim reflection of the shattered unity that had defined Camelot. The field, once lush and vibrant, now bore the scars of the impending conflict: trampled grass and churned earth, a bleak canvas for the clash of allegiances. The moment of Mordred's treacherous betrayal arrived. A dagger plunged into the heart of trust and fraternity. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with hues of blood red and fiery orange. Mordred's forces encroached upon the castle, the very symbol of Camelot's might. The clash was both inevitable and heart-wrenching. The first clash of steel echoed through the air, and the battle was joined. Knights, once brothers in arms, now faced each other in a maelstrom of chaos and anguish. The battlefield bore witness to the heartbreaking dance of swords, the cries of fallen men, and the clash of ideals tearing through the fabric of Camelot. Emotions ran high: fear, sorrow, anger, and a lingering sense of betrayal fueled the combatants. Each strike and parry were laden with the weight of broken bonds and shattered dreams. The air was thick with the acrid scent of battle. The battlefield, a canvas of both valor and tragedy. Amidst the tumult, King Arthur fought valiantly, his resolve unbroken, even as his heart bled for the kingdom he had so dearly loved. Mordred, too, displayed a ruthless determination, his eyes ablaze with the fire of ambition. The battle reached its peak, the clash of ideals and steel tearing through the realm. The fate of Camelot hung in the balance, the outcome uncertain, and the scars of this fateful conflict destined to endure through the annals of time. As the battle raged on, Arthur fought valiantly, his skill and determination unmatched. Yet, fate seemed to conspire against him. In the chaos of the battlefield, a crucial moment arrived when Mordred, fueled by rage and ambition, managed to land a grievous blow on Arthur. The blade pierced through Arthur's armor, a searing pain lancing through his body. Though wounded, the king continued to fight, driven by his love for Camelot and the desire to protect his people. Despite his injury, Arthur pressed on, rallying his remaining loyal knights. But the battle had taken its toll, and the forces of darkness proved relentless. Fatigue and loss weighed heavily on Arthur's shoulders, making every swing of his sword a struggle. As the battle wore on, Arthur's strength began to wane. He knew the tide had turned against Camelot, and despair clawed at his heart. The once unbreakable round table had shattered, its knights fighting each other instead of standing united. Grief and guilt gnawed at him, realizing that his inability to prevent this tragic division had contributed to the fall of his beloved kingdom. Amidst the chaos, Arthur's mind raced. He grappled with the burden of being a king, with the weight of the crown he had worn so proudly, now feeling like a crown of thorns. He understood the gravity of the moment, recognizing that the end of Camelot was imminent. In the midst of the mayhem, Arthur's eyes met Mordred's, a potent mix of sorrow and determination reflecting back at him. He knew that for Camelot to live on in the hearts of its people, he had to make the ultimate sacrifice. Summoning the last reserves of his strength, Arthur engaged Mordred in a duel of epic proportions. Their swords clashed with a resounding clash, a symbol of their conflicting destinies. With one final, mighty blow, Arthur struck down Mordred, but not without receiving a mortal wound himself. As the battle fell into an eerie silence, Arthur, weakened and gasping for breath, looked over the battlefield, witnessing the devastation and loss. He gathered what remained of his strength and ascended a small rise where he could see the dying embers of Camelot. In his last moments, he made a final, poignant speech, urging his remaining knights to carry on the legacy of Camelot, to embody its virtues, and to always strive for unity and justice. With a heavy heart and a tear in his eye, he handed Excalibur to his most trusted knight, instructing them to cast it back into the Lady of the Lake. Its fate and the hope of Camelot's resurgence entrusted to the waters. As the sky wept, King Arthur, the once and future king, drew his last breath, leaving a legacy that would echo through the ages, inspiring generations to come. The fall of Camelot was tragic, but Arthur's sacrifice ensured that its spirit endured, forever etched in the hearts of those who believed in its ideals. The aftermath of the battle left the once vibrant kingdom of Camelot in shambles. The once proud castle lay in ruins, its walls echoing the cries of loss and defeat. The air was thick with sorrow as the remnants of Arthur's forces surveyed the devastation. Homes and villages were in disarray, and the scars of battle marred the land, mirroring the wounded hearts of its people. The disintegration of Camelot was a bitter pill to swallow. The kingdom that had stood as a beacon of hope and unity was now fragmented and broken. Disheartened and disenchanted, the people struggled to make sense of the tragedy that had befallen them. The once thriving community was now torn apart, trust shattered, and dreams extinguished. In the wake of the battle, the fate of key characters hung in the balance. Loyal knights lay fallen on the battlefield, their valor immortalized in their sacrifice. Some managed to survive, nursing physical and emotional wounds, burdened with the weight of their failure to protect Camelot. As for Mordred, his ambition and treachery had led him to a bitter end. The weight of his actions weighed heavily on his conscience, haunting him until the very end. His demise marked the conclusion of a tragic chapter in Camelot's history. The surviving knights, disheartened and scattered, tried to find purpose once more. Some chose to wander the realm, seeking redemption for their perceived failure. Others retreated into the shadows, haunted by the memories of the fallen and the shattered dream of Camelot. Camelot, once a symbol of hope and unity, had ceased to exist in its original form. The very essence of what it stood for was shattered, leaving behind a void in the hearts of those who had believed in its ideals. The dream of a united kingdom where honor, chivalry, and justice prevailed now felt like a distant mirage. The fall of Camelot served as a somber reminder of the frailty of greatness and the impermanence of dreams. Yet, even in its demise, Camelot's legend endured. Its tale of valor and the tragic consequences of discord continued to inspire, a beacon guiding future generations toward unity, even in the face of adversity. While the physical realm of Camelot may have crumbled, its spirit lived on, fueling the flame of hope in the hearts of those who dared to dream of a better world. As the dust settled over the ruins of Camelot, a deep reflection on the kingdom's rise and fall commenced. The once great realm had climbed to unparalleled heights, embodying the virtues of honor, unity, and justice. Yet, its fall into darkness and disarray stood as a stark reminder that even the noblest of aspirations could succumb to the forces of discord and betrayal. The story of Camelot revealed the intricate balance between the pursuit of a better world and the fragility of human nature. It underscored the importance of vigilance and unity in the face of growing discontent and division. It urged those who heard its tale to cherish and protect the bonds that hold a society together. For even the mightiest can crumble without the strength of unity. Camelot's story, though tragic, left an indelible mark on the annals of history and the hearts of the people. Its legacy was a testament to the enduring power of myth and the ability of a single narrative to inspire and shape generations. The legend of Camelot became a symbol of hope, a beacon encouraging individuals to strive for a better world, to uphold values of honor and unity, and to rise above the temptations of division and greed. The enduring impact of Camelot's story was reflected in the art, literature, and ideals that followed. It fueled countless tales of heroism and sacrifice, encouraging the belief that even in the face of adversity, the flame of hope should never be extinguished. The echoes of Camelot's legacy resonated through time, reminding humanity that the pursuit of noble ideals was a journey worth undertaking. Indeed, thus was the end of Camelot, a kingdom once bathed in the golden light of honor, unity, and hope. The legend of Camelot, with all its triumphs and tragedies, lives on, etched into the tapestry of history and the hearts of those who dare to dream of a better world. The legacy of Camelot reminds us that even in the face of inevitable downfall, the spirit of unity and nobility can endure, offering hope for generations yet to come. The tale of Camelot is a beacon, urging us to embrace virtue, strive for unity, and above all, never lose faith in the power of a shared dream.